Now let's see this question on trains. So a 450 meter long train is running at 72 kilometers per hour. In how much time will it reach the platform of length 150 meters if the distance between the train and the platform is 200 meters? Okay, so if you want to see it in terms of a diagram, so they are saying that the length of the train is 450 meters. Let's call it as dt. Dt is given as 450 meters, right? And the length of the platform is 150 meters. So let's say there is a platform and the length of the platform is 150 meters, and now they are saying that the distance between these two is 200 meters. So here it is 200 meters. Let's call it as dg. Dg means the gap between them, and let's call it as, let's say, dp. Okay, now the question is, in how much time will it reach? So will it reach means the starting point has to meet this starting point, that is just the reaching, right? How much time will it reach? So for that you should know the speed of the train, and the speed of the train is given as 72 kilometers per hour. 72 kilometers per hour. So 72 kilometers per hour, if you want to convert it into meters per second, because everything is given in meters, you are supposed to multiply it with 72 into 5 by 18. So you are going to get 20 meters per second. That is the speed. Okay, fine. Now if you want to just find when it is going to reach, then the time taken, then the time required will be equal to dg, this gap, divided by speed of the train, right? So it is nothing but 200 meters divided by 20 meters per second, so which means 10 seconds in this case. Got it? Now let us say, instead of talking about reaching, let's assume that they are talking about crossing, right? If they are talking about crossing, then it means that this endpoint has to cross this endpoint, right? So how is it possible? Now this entire distance gap has to be covered, right? And after covering the gap, this entire length has to cross this point, and after that the tail of it has to cross the platform length. Are you getting this? This point, the beginning of the train, has to cross this entire gap, right? And then the beginning of the train has to cross the entire platform, right? And then the end of the train also has to cross it, right? So if you observe it, you know, the total distance that has to be crossed is equal to the length of the train plus the gap plus the length of the platform, right? Or if you want to see it how it is possible, you can think of it from this point. So this point has to cross this entire length, and then it has to cross this entire length, and then it has to cross this entire length. With reference to this point, crossing, if crossing has to happen, then this point has to reach here, isn't it? Which means this point has to cross this entire length, this entire distance, this entire distance, and this entire distance. Therefore, if the question is about crossing, then the total time taken will be equal to dt plus dg plus dp divided by speed of the train. Now what is this? 450 plus 200, 450 plus 200 plus 150 divided by 20. So it is going to be 800 divided by 20, right? So it is going to be 40 seconds. Okay, and the next one is, let's say they didn't mention anything about the gap, right? So I assume that this entire distance is not given, this distance is not given. In that case, you can assume that this is 0, which means in that case you can assume that there is a train which is at the beginning of this platform. Now if you talk about crossing, then what should happen is this tail of the train has to cross this entire length as well as this entire length, right? In that case, time taken will be equal to dt plus dp, length of the train plus length of the platform divided by speed of the train, right? In that case, what would be dt and dp? dt is going to be 450 and dp is going to be 150 divided by speed. Speed is going to be 20. 600 divided by 20 is 30. 30 seconds. Got it? Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into university is better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.